Hi, in today's session we're going to talk about one of the books in the beginning of one of the books in the King James Version of the New Testament. And we'll start with John because it really tells you what you really need to understand about life itself. And let me read to you from chapter 1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. So, now, what does that mean? Well, first and foremost, God is not a man the way that it is portrayed. Even though there's always the He and the Father, you have to take into consideration the time when this was written. This is all during a patriarchal society. And so the energy, the entity, was always a male, the dominant role. In fact, in the New Testament somewhere, there's even an incredible misconception, and that is that the wife should be subjugated to the husband and that he is the head of the house, like the church is the head. That's absurd. It disregards what God said in Genesis, where it talks about God made man and woman at the same time, male and female. He created them equals, not one above the other. So subjugation is a man-made concept that has nothing to do with God. The fact that God is an energy, a creative continuum, not a man. Actually, the picture of that also goes back to some of the more pagan gods, where it's depicted as a guy with a long white beard and that whole nonsense. At any rate, God is an energy. And here it's saying that all thought, because anytime you speak a word, where is it coming from? Well, obviously it's coming from your mind. You think up a thought and you voice it. You picture something, you paint it, you sculpt it, you write music. It all begins with thought, and that's what this teaching is telling you. Everything begins with thought. That's why Jesus said, eyes to see, ears to hear, because behind every single manifestation of whatever lies the thought. And if you can see the thought, either as to what someone said to you, to see what they're really saying, or what you're reading, and you can understand it, well, that puts you in a place of power. And you've heard me use the term personal power and quiet strength. And that's the way it should be. You don't have to brag or demonstrate how much you have. It's unnecessary. Truly is. And so it goes on to say, and the same was in the beginning with God. So everything is about thought. It's the energy of thought is the creative juice that makes things happen. And remember, God is a creative continuum. It's constantly creating. You are constantly co-creating with the God force within you, your reality. All things were made by Him, and without Him was not anything made that was made. So nothing manifests just because it manifests. There is a thought behind everything, period. Learn to see the thought. Learn symbology. It is the way your mind communicates with you. It is the way your mind works to try to help you do two things. One, there is a thing in Matthew, and we'll get into it at some point, which talks about finding the way, and narrow and rocky is the path, and few are they who find it. Why? Because it's an inward journey. It's not out there. And there's a teaching about that in the gospel according to Thomas. Jesus says, if you think that the heaven is up there, then guess what? The birds will precede you. If they tell you the kingdom is in the sea, then the fish will precede you. The kingdom is within you and without, because it's all God energy manifesting. And in Him was life, and the life was the light of men. And the light shineth in the darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not. I did a thing called the children of light. We are the children of light. But because we are up, down, in, out, black, white, everything has an opposite. So if we are children of light, guess what? There are children of darkness. Now, the children of darkness, their goal is to create chaos. The children of light, their goal is to create harmony. And you need one, I mean, they work, they don't work together, and they don't work together, period. It is through the emotions that the children of darkness have access to the material plane. It's almost as if there's a glass wall here, and on one side are the children of darkness, on the other side are the children of light. Well, the children of darkness can't come to this side, so they have to be able, in order to create the chaos, they have to be able to find a way to manipulate this side of the world. How do they do that? Through our emotions. We are all attached to the material plane through lines of power, and they can manipulate those lines and create problems. Being as parts of God and having the light within us, that light is supposed to shine on illumination of the doubt within, because that's another area that the children of darkness have an opportunity to manifest in your life. And those of us who understand that, we manifest the light, we seek to be the light, we seek to live in harmony with God's teachings, the universal teachings, the saying of Jesus. The children of darkness don't perceive the light because they're living in darkness. Their doubts, their fears, their ways of following man, of praising mammon and not God, and living that kind of a life, they don't have any respect or be able to see the light because it's not within their comprehension. Dig deep within yourself. Put light on any doubts and uncertainties you have about anything and everything. In fact, an exercise you could do is on a sheet of paper on the left-hand column, write down everything you have doubts about. In the right-hand column, why? Why do you feel this way? What are you afraid of here? Where does that come from? Where did you learn that fear? Okay? It's a great exercise, and one of many that I will share with you as time goes on. At any rate, seek to understand your own thoughts, what it is you're co-creating. Remember, there's a teaching, know what's before your eyes, all the mysteries shall be revealed. Look within as well as without to understand what your co-creation is. So, until we meet again, be a light, shine brightly. That will inspire others to want to emulate you, and we'll talk. So until then, take care of yourself, stay healthy, be well, and be the light that you are. God bless you.